Good morning and welcome in everyone. Before we get into this morning's update, I want to go over a quick overview of what's transpiring in not just cryptocurrency, but across the wider market. Right now we can see cryptocurrency is a little red right now. It's not faring as bad as let's say the stock market, which is down another over 1,000 points today. Where we can see the stock futures have broken down over another 1,000 points today on the open. Yesterday, we were down like 1,600 points in the stock market. We've got gold down another $41 an ounce, getting hammered. We got mining stocks getting crushed. We've got silver down another 3.49%. Cryptocurrency faring okay. But now that the morning session started, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, 6 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, I'm not exactly sure what's going to transpire here. We had a little bit of volatility overnight, but everything's pretty close to even or down about 1 to 2%. Some are up about 1%, but now that the morning session started, we'll see if we get some downward volatility now that the U.S. stock market opened. As we can see, it's down over 1,000 points for the second day in a row. We've got total crypto market cap down 0.75%. We've got the total 3 down 0.75%. So definitely, I'm definitely watching this very closely right now. There's a lot of volatility, to be sure, like a lot of volatility, and we'll see if this continues to the downside or if this volatility starts to wane and we start to get some upward pressure in cryptocurrency. The problem we have is tomorrow is the last day of the trading week. It does look like we have these possible inverse head and shoulders forming, but we'll see if this gets overtaken. It's not just XRP that's showing that little bit of a setup. You've got other cryptocurrencies that are trying to, but with the volatility of the stock market today's Friday. I'm sorry, I don't know why I said tomorrow. But today's Friday and tomorrow's going into the weekend. So with the volatility of the stock market, I mean, anything's on the table right now. Anything's on the table. Like I said, a lot of things are getting absolutely annihilated right now, which you never know. It could create the environment for risk assets here, for some money to find its way here. But so far this morning, we can see the narrative is continuing. It's a pretty straight narrative. A lot of dumping since the tariff talk. A lot of dumping. So it's definitely made it for a very volatile ride. But XRP still over that $2 mark. Bitcoin still well over 80,000. It's at 82,500. So we'll take a little bit of a look here over the next 10 to 12 minutes. And we'll take a look at exactly what's going on with cryptocurrency and the optics this morning. So good morning. 9:35 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on this Friday, April 4th, 2025. I'm XRP Future Millionaire, and I reside in the great state of Michigan. So we've been a little volatile so far. Like I said, XRP down 0.75%. Overnight, I mean, there wasn't much action. Price action got up to about $2.10. Reversed back down to $2.01. And now when we wake up, most of the U.S. it's around $2.05. Hourly starting to reverse just a tiny bit. 2 hourly, assuming it loads because it's going very slow for some reason. 2 hourly hasn't engulfed back to the downside. We'll see if we can get a reversal because we do have a little W here. But we'll see. If it comes back down, it's going to be targeting that $1.92 area. So it's we're getting to a volatile moment, especially with the weekend. This is where we really got to pay attention here. Because we know for the last 15, 16 weekends, we've dumped out. And right now, it doesn't really... We're trying to find somewhat upward volatility, but like I said, that market opening down almost 1,100 points right now, that's going to have some hindrance here. The NASDAQ, the Dow, the S&P 500, the Russell, they're all getting smoked. Like smoked this morning. And with everything that's happening... Like China hits back with 34% tariff on U.S. Trump says his policies will never change. So now China's put a retaliatory tariff on their own citizens by 34%. But this is just a world-out trade war to have citizens across the world just get annihilated. And as much as I want to be positive about this market, because I do feel like there could be a strategic reversal here just because of what's going on across the board. But with the weekend coming up, it never makes me feel good. You know, even if I bring positivity, it never makes me feel good when we get into the weekend right now. Eventually, we're going to have that weekend where we reverse. But is this the weekend where the markets are just falling off? That's the question we have to ask ourselves. And is money going to find its way to any avenue, or is it just going to dump out of every single sector? The one good thing about crypto is it was dumping going in to the tariff implementation. So it's possible that we had already baked in some of this as to where the stock market was still rising. So we'll see. We'll see. Bitcoin down 800 points today, or $800, 82,300 roughly. Not a great start to the morning. We got to have some upward volatility here. Daily time frame very well could be a reversal. So, I mean, I don't know. We're going to need some upward pressure here. The fact that it's Friday is never a good thing, especially in crypto lately, because every time we get towards the weekend, it feels like, you know, we're setting up for another drop. And right now, Bitcoin's tumbling right now. Like, that's the bottom line. We're starting to tumble a bit. I'm not surprised because we opened so poorly in the stock market. It's heavily correlated with certain sectors of the stock market, with crypto. This could be a suave attempt for some who try to buy in right now and on the morning when they see a further retraction. But that contraction can turn into an all-out just, you know, short sale. Or it can turn into a pump here because there's so much volatility. It almost feels right to have some kind of short squeeze for cryptocurrency. But at the same time, the masses are a little bit intimidated by these tariffs. Not properly educated on what they actually mean per countries. And, you know, it's putting a damper a little bit into the cryptocurrency sphere. But I could still see a majestic reversal here out of nowhere. As some of the other markets are getting hammered, people start to say, hey, you know what? If the gold markets and the stock market and the mining stocks are so volatile, why not just throw it in a risk asset? Because look, I mean, to be honest, mining stocks down another 6.5% in silver. Gold mining stocks down 6%. Another gold mining stock down 3%. It's tragic. But this isn't going to last forever. A lot of people are short selling SLV and taking delivery of ounces that they don't actually own because they're covering their shorts, which drives the price down, but then they can still get delivered. So it's basically a Ponzi scheme, and it's happening pretty hardcore in the Chicago Mercantile Exchange. You can see it pretty closely. If you look into the silver trading, it's a disaster. So I don't know how much of this is a facade to try to make everybody think that these markets are going to crash to zero, or how much of this is a positioning attempt, because we know a lot of the government is going to start investing in a lot of these protocols, and maybe this is the way that they get the cheaper pricing. It's a little bit encouraging to see crypto kind of hanging on, but at the same time, it's discouraging that we're going into a weekend tomorrow. So we'll have to watch this very closely. XRP's down another $1 billion in market cap. These could very well be reversals back down. And we could find ourselves in some trouble here if this continues. It's like I've been saying for the last several weeks, $1.50 on XRP and 98.4 billion in the market cap. If this cannot reverse up, we've got Bitcoin. If it can't reverse up, you know, it's going to stare dead eye. That 64K, maybe 75, 76 holds, but we're going to have some upward volatility. XRP's trying to push with some volatility, but it can't get over the hump. It's just like that with a lot of crypto. The overall optics are really hurting crypto right now. You know, the overall optics of not just the stock market, but just what's going on across the world, what's going on across, you know, just the implementation of these tariffs. You can see it's not just crypto. I mean, the markets are getting absolutely obliterated. I don't know the last time I've seen this to this level across the board. But now, like, the other thing is some of this is like back testing very serious breakouts in the mining stocks. So how much of this is a deliberate attempt to back test this, or how much of this is just the pattern breaking down? That's what we're going to find out very quickly here. We're going to find out very quickly in all markets. So I'll be very interested to see exactly how this plays through. I'll be here transparently as always. I'll do another short as we get towards noon or 1 o'clock, just so that we can kind of get the directional tug here. But I'm not convinced that we're not going to see some fireworks today. I would love to see some upward volatility, but right now we're starting off porous right now. We're down $900 in Bitcoin. And once the market opened in the U.S. stock market, you could definitely see a little bit of a turn. But it's not exaggerated yet. But that doesn't mean that it can't all in one motion just fall through here. That's the biggest fear here, is that this is going to fall through. And we're going to find ourselves down here at 78K initially. And then likely maybe 74 or 64K. So, you know, I'm not a financial advisor, but I'm definitely on guard right now. Definitely on guard. But we'll see, because I definitely can feel that there could be a shift here unexpectedly. That's why I talked about it yesterday. We could have that imminent reversal that nobody would suspect, as risk assets should be getting crushed and everything else is getting crushed across the market. But it seems like with the volatility that's already come to the downside, there is a very strong chance that we could have an unsuspected reversal here. So I'm XRP Future Millionaire. I hope you appreciated this morning update. I kind of went back and forth talking about what I'm thinking. If you're looking to trade cryptocurrency, oh, thank you all so much too. We just went over 32,000 subscribers I see today. Wow. We were stuck on 31,000 for a couple months, so I'm glad to see we're over 32,000. Thank you all for that continued support. That means a lot to me, honestly, to see it push to another 1,000, even in these trying times. I would encourage you to look at BITUNIX lowest spot and leverage trading fees while these things are dropping. If we take out further lows, or if we start to reverse and you're looking to buy cryptocurrency for the cheapest, lowest spot and leverage trading fees, lowest maker taker, and no KYC or VPN worldwide, BITUNIX is my choice. It's my A1. I do a lot of trading there. I like it because I can buy and sell on rotation, and then if I got to get out of something, there's very little fees, and then I can get back into it. So that's how it is. That's the way it goes. Make sure to hit that like button. Share this on social media and subscribe to the channel, and now join the over 32,000 subscribers. It's awesome to hear that and see that. Crypto's trying to gain a little bit of steam, but we've got to try to keep ourselves from a full-on assault to the downside. So we'll watch this very closely. We'll pay attention. And DGB is up 1.14% after yesterday. Can we get hot here? Or is this going to be the start of a contraction here? So this is most of crypto is in the same exact level. 2 hourly is pulling down, but it's got some topside pressure. We'll just see how this goes. We'll see how this goes today. There's a very real chance we could drop, but we'll stay transparent, we'll stay positive, and we'll make sure we watch this universally. Have a blessed day, everyone.